And the GameSpot.com madness continues, and my voice continues to go further and further away. But right now we are joined by a couple of Bryans.
That's right.
It's going fantastic. Now you are Brian, the creative director over Insomniac Games. Is that right?
Correct. Yeah.
Now you are working on Ratchet and Clank, A Crack in Time.
That's right.
Now, obviously we were talking before we came back, and it's like you have been on every Ratchet and Clank game. Spyro games, right?
That's right. Yeah, I've been at Insomniac for 10 years. I was the lead designer on the first Ratchet and Clank game, and I've been on the Ratchet and Clank games for the PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3 ever since.
So it probably goes without saying that you are the world's foremost Ratchet and Clank expert.
I guess you could say that, yeah. There's a number of us.
Right on. Well, we are happy that you are the one that making this game then, and dude, we got to look at it because I'll be honest, it's the first time I've seen it up close and personal, and that big crazy purple dinosaur thing, Brian, that you were chasing was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So to back up a step and tell us what it's all about.
Well, A Crack in Time picks up where Quest for Booty and Tools of Destruction left off. Clank was captured by these creatures known as the Zoni, and Ratchet's on a journey to go find them. The big focus of the game is time, heroes, and hearts. So there's a lot of time elements. That's something we're going to reveal later, but for right now, we're showing Ratchet on his journey to find Clank. He's in Krell Canyon, which is this big wide open level. A lot of our previous Ratchet levels were fairly smaller, they were more linear based. This one's a lot more wide open, it's more mission based, and Ratchet has a lot more freedom to go wherever he wants. So here he's fighting the Agorians, and they're this barbaric race of creatures that ride these giant beasts. And right now Brian is trying to take out each one of the leaders of the Agorian army to whittle his way through the battle to help out a race called the Vullards. So one of the cool weapons we've got here is the Sonic Eruptor, and what it does is it emits this loud mating call. It's this big loud blast of a howl, I guess you could call it. It sounds a little bit like a belch. And so if you time the button press just right, it'll emit a very large belch. So
what is that meter I keep on seeing come on the screen there?
That's an on-screen indicator. It actually coincides with the cheeks of the creature. And so if he presses it when the creature's cheeks are full or the on-screen indicator is full, one big blast.
Wow.
Brian just activated the hover boots. This is a brand new gadget that Ratchet gets. He can use it in any level, and they allow him to get around really quickly. So for a very wide open level like this, he can jet around, jump off of ramps, bounce off of walls, and it's just a great fun thing to play with.
The one question I have to ask you is like why is it that this game looks like significantly awesome? Like, not to be weird, but seriously, like the way that the characters look, it's like they almost have like a more of a cartoon, or almost like even a cell shaded look in a way than usual. Am I crazy?
No, we're going for a very stylized look. They're actually using self-shadowing, and the characters will cast shadows on themselves. This is new technology that we developed. We also have some new water tech, and if Brian fires the weapon into water, you'll actually see it deform. So it'll create like ripples on the water, and Ratchet makes ripples as he runs around. And that's part of our Nocturnal initiative. It's something we're actually sharing with other game developers. You can go online and actually download the source code.
Where do they go to do that? Do they know?
Nocturnal.insomniacgames.com.
Now, yeah, man, that looks awesome. So
it runs at 60 frames per second. We've got new lighting. We've got new fur effects on Ratchet. It's a lot more, I guess, high def in terms of the amount of detail.
It's weird to say because like it looks just like everything's just more there. All right, so what kind of trouble does he get into, and what part of the game are we seeing right here?
Well, what Brian's using is a plasma striker, and when he zooms into enemies, it'll actually show a weak point on their body. So the plasma striker is a pretty powerful weapon, and it'll take 2 shots to kill these guys, but if he hits their weak point, it'll take 1 shot. So it's pretty cool. I mean, you have to be accurate to shoot the guys, but you have to be even more accurate to hit them in the right point. Another fun weapon to use with the plasma striker are the cryo mines. And what will happen is you can freeze enemies with them, and when you freeze them, then that gives you the opportunity to use the plasma striker to find the weak spot. So here's an example where we've got this beast creature that the Agorian's riding, and now that he's frozen, Brian can zoom in and target the weak spot. And you can actually, if you click R3, it'll zoom in even more, so you get really close. There he took down the beast, and now the leader is coming after him. So after he takes out this leader, we'll show you some cool hover booting stuff. So Brian, if you hover boot through this canyon here, there's a lot of really cool secrets to find in this level. That's the great thing about these wide open levels, is that sense of discovery. We've got hidden gold bolts. We've got these creatures called battery bots that are hidden. We've got these small Zony creatures. Those are the same creatures that abducted Clank from Tools of Destruction. They're scattered all throughout the galaxy, and and Ratchet has to pick them up. Oh, that was close.
That was awesome.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun things to find.
I'm gonna start throwing some questions at you from the audience if you don't mind.
Sure, yeah, that's great.
Yeah, like I'll be honest, like I'm still like apparently I'm just not used to E3 being the way it is now again, because like all day long I've just been like I've been super. I can't tell you how excited and happy I am, but
great show.
It is.
There's a lot of fantastic games on the floor.
We got Andy Decker out of Green Bay. He wants to know, and actually I can answer this question for him, but I won't. I'll let you do it. So he wants to kind of know where this picks up in line with the other two. I think you kind of mentioned a little bit, but.
Go talk to Andy there, or just talk to you?
Sure.
Well, I guess the answer to that question is, does this game pick up where the other two left off? It picks up where Tools of Destruction and Quest for Booty left off. You don't have to have owned the first two to understand what's going on. We actually are going to recap it at the beginning of this game, so that'll refresh people's memories who played it before. If you haven't played the previous ones, no big deal. You'll get caught up to speed when you start playing this one.
That's good business. Now, when are you, not to jump ahead, but when are you guys, I know you're just showing it off like literally for one of the first times, right? When are you guys planning to come out with it?
It'll be coming out this fall, 2009. Yep.
All right, we're gonna get back to these questions here from our audience. There's a billion of them. That's a good question. Sheridan Sigstad out of Edmonton wants to know, what will gold bolts be used for?
Well, we can't reveal too much right now, but they will certainly be used for something that you can find is very valuable in the game.
This is actually an interesting question that, well, not interesting, but we've been getting, it's interesting that we get it all the time today. Special edition, you guys think about a special edition for this?
That's something else we can't really talk about, yeah. Good idea, though.
Yeah. Jack Bears out of Melbourne wants to know, actually he got his answer when he saw it. He wanted to know if there's any hover boot racing. Anytime you guys compete with that?
There's a lot of fun challenges all throughout the levels where you get to use your hover boots in skillful ways. So hover boots are a big feature that's in the game, but I can't really reveal too many specifics on how you use them.
All right, here's sometimes it's awkward. How long is this going to be about the same size? I mean, your adventures that you usually put together are usually pretty large. Yeah. Is this about the same of what we expect in the past?
Oh yeah, yeah. This is just as big as the previous games. It's as big, if not bigger, than Tools of Destruction. We're still working on the game, so we don't quite know the full size just yet.
Sorry to get ahead of you. Let's see here. Mustafa out of Hamilton, Ontario, definitely has a good question. He wants to know, is there going to be any type of multiplayer or co-op?
We can't answer any questions like that for now.
I always like it when you say that. Let's see here. James K. Cork, Ireland. Will this be available to download from the PlayStation Store?
No, actually, this is a full-length game. It's not like Quest for Booty. It'll be available on disc, Blu-ray, on the PlayStation 3, 2009.
Alex Johnson out of Montreal, Quebec, Canada wants to know, are there any brand new mechanics that we haven't seen in the previous titles?
Well, there are. There's the hover boots, and that's something that Ratchet can jet around the levels really quickly. There's also a gadget called the Omni Soaker, which allows him to suck up water and special liquids like nectar. And what he can do is he can use the water to fill up plants. He can use the nectar to like distract these tetramites. It's a really fun gadget that you can use all throughout the levels.
I mean, that's kind of got to be one of the main things that gives this game legs and makes it so much fun, or the series rather. Makes it is all the gadgets and all the guns and everything, right?
Oh, absolutely. There's a ton of variety in the game with our crazy weapons like the Sonic Eruptor, which is that creature, the cryo mines, the plasma striker, the Omni Soaker, the hover boots. We got a lot of cool enemies like the Agorians. There's the Hydra tanks, which are these three-headed robotic tanks. A lot of great stuff.
Every time I see or I guess every time I used to see the commercials where the kids would come out with the big thing in the backyard, every time I say it, I totally think of you. I'd be like,
That's kind of like what it's like at our office, actually, yeah.
This is actually good. Carl in New York wants to know, will Ratchet play without Clank the entire game like in Quest for Booty?
Well, that's a good question, because in Quest for Booty we didn't see Clank, but in this game we're going to see a lot more of Clank. More Clank than we've had in any previous game. Clank, we actually see the game from two different perspectives. We're going to see from Ratchet's perspective of when he's searching for him, then we also see it from Clank's perspective, and we find out very quickly why he was captured, what he's up to, and he's gone this whole new adventure that has to do with time.
Yeah, you skipped over that. Like I didn't bug you about that one. Like, are we gonna see maybe elements that we have seen in other games in the past, or?
Well, with the whole time element, that's actually a very new element for the franchise. We haven't really explored that.
I didn't mean this franchise. I meant like, what was that one for the Xbox that was straight up rewind, fast forward, look, cat?
That was Blink.
Blinks.
Blinks. I'm sorry. Yeah, Blink's the cat, and that came out around the first Ratchet and Clank game.
Something that we should expect along those lines, or not?
I can't give you any real specifics on it. We did a lot of research with time gameplay. The important thing is that it's very accessible. It's easy to pick up and play. It's not too cerebral. So anyway, but there'll be more revealed about that in the future.
This is actually a really good question. Clark Annesley out of Edmonton wants to know, will Ratchet and Clank: A Crack in Time be the last Ratchet and Clank game, or will there be a new trilogy, or?
Well, we are concluding the story arc that was started in Tools of Destruction, so there's not going to be a cliffhanger on this one, and there's actually a good chance that Ratchet and Clank may split up for good, but you'll have to play the game to find out.
Well, fantastic, Brian. Anything you want to add? Anything we didn't cover that we should totally hit up for the Clank? Because I'll be honest, like, I don't know if you want to see this. Like, this is definitely one of two games that I've seen on the stage so far that and we've had really good stuff so far, like Beatles and Splinter Cell Conviction. The emails for this, as you can see, like just kept raining in. So I could keep you all day until these guys told me I had to let you go. But anything you want to definitely get word out on, or anything?
I just think that it's really exciting for us to be able to develop another Ratchet and Clank game. We're really excited for our fans who have been looking forward to finding out a lot of the big questions about the franchise, and we're going to answer them.
Cool deal. All right, Brian.
All right, thanks, man.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Really appreciate you coming by. You too down there, Brian.
All right.
Thanks for playing.
No problem.
Right on. All right, so that is it for us and the Ratchet and Clank Crack in Time. When is it again? You want to say?
It's fall 2009.
Fall 2009. All right, we're going to be going ahead and taking a look at a few different things. Right now, we're going to be throwing it back to Homer Ibarra, who is somewhere showing us something on the floor. There we go.